And throughout this week, we've been bringing to you what the finalists have been and the great innovation that Kosmos is doing. And it's Kosmos Innovation Center Agritech Challenge 2018. We have the finalists and we had some of the participants also that have been shortlisted come through the studio. They told us about their innovations. But look, let's look at the story of some of the past finalists, what they've been doing since they passed through the whole challenge itself, what also they've been doing with their companies. And I have with me Kenneth Nelson is the CEO for Quality Trace. And thanks for joining me. How are you?
I'm good.
And then I have Amos Na, co-founder for Agro Innova. Amos, how are you?
I'm doing good.
And also right from, heartland of Africa, Kenya, Eastern Swahili. You speak Swahili?
Yes,
Yeah.
Swahili.
I have Tabi. And Tabitha Nanzala Nayabi is the CEO for, how do you call your organization?
Galani.
Galani.
Yes.
Galani. Galani is of what origin? What language is that?
That's Swahili.
That's Swahili.
Yeah.
How do you greet good morning in Swahili?
Habari asubuhi.
Habari asubuhi. I like this Kenyan group called Swati Soul.
Oh yeah,
great.
Swati Soul are good. Yeah.
You're great. Melanin. Your color is melanin. But
Ashanti in Ghana.
yeah, but for all the things that you have to do, and I have to start with you, not because you're a woman, but because it takes a lot for you to come from Kenya to be part of an initiative to help grow part of Africa as it is. What were your experiences from the last innovative challenge?
For me, it was quite an eye-opener because it exposed me to the agricultural sector here in Ghana, plus the culture in Ghana also. So I saw it was quite similar to what we have. The only difference was the land tenure system, where here it's owned by chiefs and kings mostly, but in our side, anyone can buy land and own as much as they can. So trying to marry that and see what problems do we have in Ghana, what problems do you have in Kenya, what problems do we have in the agricultural sector in the whole of Africa, and try to come up with a common solution to build us up as Africans here.
But Nelson, I know elsewhere in Southeast Asia, you look at India, you look at Pakistan, you look at Malaysia, Indonesia, etc. They try to use technology and the latest innovations in technology to solve agricultural problems. But the systems are a bit different in our part of the continent. Now, what are some of the challenges then, since you went through this whole series, and now having been on your own after all those assistance and the encounters that you have been trying to break through?
Yeah. So it's rather unfortunate in our part of the world. We don't really have that kind of innovation. But here in Ghana, there are a lot of brilliant ideas and brilliant minds and young ones out there who have that kind of determination to make it. But the platform is just not there. That is why we have to allow some of the heights that Kosmos has been able to achieve by bringing on board youth with ideas to come up with innovative ideas such as relating to agritech to change the agriculture in Ghana. Because agriculture is the backbone of Ghana, we all agree to that. But what are we doing to it? Because if we say agriculture contributes about 30% to our GDP, and the budget given to the agriculture sector is just 3%, this is really unfortunate. But I think we're still getting there. It's just a matter of time. We just need to push harder.
Yeah, we've been dreaming that since 1957 we have independence. But that's the good thing about it. You always need to have hope. But I know that agriculture has got value chain, and people can provide services, and indeed we can deploy services along the value chain. How do you think the products that you come up with, and I know they're all tech-savvy products, tend to or have tended to change maybe a certain sector of agriculture or the way we tended to do business in that sector since you started operating in it?
All right, so I mean, we are Agro Innova, and Agro Innova, our paramount objective is to bring innovation into agribusinesses. Our main focus is on the poultry industry currently. One key product we came up with is called Akokotakra, which is the poultry farmers' digitized software that helps them to actually record, monitor, and keep comprehensive records of their farm operations. We don't just leave them there as well, but we are impacting their value chain in such a way that the system is also able to help them source for production inputs such as the maize and soya, which contribute about 70% of their production cost at quite affordable rates. to help them minimize costs in the production, and also connecting them to markets where we have wider access to guaranteed markets for their produce. And so we are focused on impacting the poultry industry as a value chain, and I mean, so far it's been so good. If you want to connect to us as well, you can even dial *713 *83 hash, where you can have access to some of our services.
Okay, so as Galani, you may have an app.
Yes.
Yeah, and
yes,
your app is what?
Our app is similar to
Okay,
his.
what's the name of the app?
It's called Galani. It's still the same name.
Galani.
What Galani does.
And what can Galani do?
Yeah, what Galani does, if you're a farmer, we help you manage all your farm records, because you see the importance of bringing the business mindset into agriculture, so that these people are the same playing field whenever they're striking deals, trying to get some sort of financial support. So we help them manage all their farm records, and we help agribusinesses that source produce from these farmers manage that supply relationship. Yeah.
In a country where perhaps maybe the literacy levels are not that much, and incidentally or unfortunately, those who go to school decide not to go into farming, even though it's big business elsewhere. How do you tend to manage those nuances?
Yeah, so we've had some certain kind of challenges in deploying some of our product, but at QualiTrace, what we believe is the farmer shouldn't be left out, right? So we live in an industry where we have a lot of adulterated chemicals on the market. How does the farmer identify genuine from fake, right? You're sitting here, you ate something this morning. How do you know the food you ate is the quality one?
Can the farmer manipulate the app or go through the app even without proper education?
Yeah, so it's just taking the farmers through the steps, right? Giving the farmers a platform to understand what the technology is. We say the farmers cannot use the technology, but go there. Have you been there to see if the farmers cannot use it? We went to several villages and we realized that the farmers can truly identify using the same technology.
Okay, we have to wrap up, unfortunately. I know this is a short conversation. Perhaps we can have a bigger platform to do that. But the website you have is what?
We have, you can go to www.agroinnovagh.com or www.akokotakra.com and have access to our platform. You can also dial *713 *83 hash, and also have access to our wider services that we're offering to all people, including the poultry farmers.
Wow, that's Tech in Agriculture, and that's Amos Na, co-founder of Agroinnova. And then you?
For Galani, it's www, I have to spell this one, www.ghalani.com.
Fantastic. Just galani.com.
Yes.
Please go there. And then yours is what?
Well, so QualiTrace is just www.qualitracegh.com. You go there, you have access to all our services and our technology.
Well, that's Kenneth Nelson of QualiTrace, and we've had Sweet Tabita, and Tabita Nanzala Nayabi is a founder of Galani. All right, thanks for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. It's been
Thanks
great.
for having
But
us.
it's a good thing that they're doing. So we have the finals of the Kosmos Innovation Center's Agritech Challenge 2018. It will be live right here on the channel. Enjoy news.